and let's walk down the law. So where is a place for authoritarianism? Where is a place for dictatorship? It's basically insisting we're the ones who have written the law. What does the law say? And even when I raised questions about academic qualifications and people's academic papers, I used to say, I believe that you can be a very good leader without a PhD. You don't have to have a PhD to be a fantastic good leader. You go to parliament and write the law that says, for you to qualify for this particular position, these are the qualifications. Then let us follow it. But if you believe we don't need it, then
the law.
Remove it.
The law. Yeah.
Okay.
Yet the stumbling block, Dr. Matiang'i, I remember I was in your office one time. I had covered a story from Mount Elgon, and I could see the frustration that you had at the time, especially with this question of illicit firearms, was a situation where the people at the forefront were actually politicians. Because we talk about systems, and in this country we always talk about a system that allows certain things to happen, but it's actually human beings who are part of this, what we call the system. And I recall at the time, because of these stumbling blocks, you want to enforce change, you want to then abide by the law, you want to follow procedures, you want to follow the constitution, but then you hit a snag because there are powers and people that are involved in these who will then eventually frustrate any efforts to try and see, let's do the right thing, right?
That is true. Politics comes in the way in most of those cases. We are here, Dennis, we are here in many respects of our country precisely because of that. We are here because there are people who want to circumvent the law or people who want to live differently other than, what the law prescribes and what the law provides. That's why every time I'm asking the question, what would you do to fight corruption? How would you fight corruption? I tell people, we don't need any new law. We don't need any new institution. They are all in place. The laws are all in place. What we need to do, what we need is good leadership. And then nothing is stronger and does better than leading by example. You cannot tell people to stop doing what you do every day. If you are a thief yourself, you cannot tell people to stop stealing, yet you are the chief thief. The question is, that is how you lead people. You lead people by example, and then you follow the law. The reason why that is a problem, in the case, for example, of firearm licensing, is when people are, of those 5 people who failed psychiatric tests, some of them are in politics. And this is a case where we all agree that the National Security Council, even President Kenyatta himself said he would subject himself to that, and any member of his family who had a firearm would subject themselves to that, and that is what happened. But you see, there's some who would like to circumvent that. You remember, I was taken to court several times by people who are resisting that. Yet, you can go and amend the law, but as long as the law says this is what you need to do, that is it. Imagine all these societies that we keep admiring, whether they are, in Europe or wherever. Sometimes life boils down to one thing. Let's all follow the law. No one should be favored. Let's all follow the law. If we follow the law that we have in place, we will all be very happy and peaceful. Why should you get away with crime and while others are punished for it?